Hi, welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. My name is Melissa St. Ode, and today we are using our holiday leftovers to make these delicious handheld pies. These little handheld pies are so convenient and so easy to make, and really they're customizable. You can use whatever leftovers you have on hand. We're basically using some pie crust, our leftover stuffing from the holidays, our leftover mashed potatoes, and our leftover turkey. And we're of course going to use a little bit of our gravy. I'm using a store-bought pie crust. You can also use your own homemade pie crust as well. We're just going to cut our pie crust into small little circles, and we're going to brush it with a little bit of our gravy. I just love pie, and I love making these little handheld pies where I can incorporate some of my leftovers from the holidays, into these nice little handheld pies that just refrigerate so well and they freeze so well and they're easy to just grab on the go. So I'm going to put a layer of my mashed potatoes on top of the gravy. And by the way, I made my holiday mashed potatoes with caramelized shallots mixed in. So mashed potatoes with caramelized shallots. I'll do a video on that a little bit later. But anyway, I am going to add my stuffing and my mashed potatoes, just small layers. We don't want so much stuffing in there that it's just going to burst from the pie crust, we're going to end up folding this over. But I'm going to add my stuffing, my potatoes. There goes my turkey. Gonna add just a little bit of my turkey. I've diced it up a little bit, and it's all going to be enclosed into this nice little handheld pie. Then to form our little handheld pies, we are just going to fold the top over and close the stuffing into the middle and just crimp it just a little bit with a fork, just as we would any kind of handheld pie, or I guess this is sort of an empanada of sorts. This is super easy to do, whether you're using your own homemade pie crust or a store-bought pie crust. And making these little pies is so relaxing too. I actually made some also using some leftover ham that I had from the holidays as well. And we are going to put a little egg wash on our little handheld pies. We're going to take an egg with a little bit of water and just whisk them together to create a nice little egg wash for our pies. That's going to help our crust to, become nice and golden brown and a little bit crispy as well. We just want enough of that egg wash to give our pie crust just a little bit of color. Then I'm just going to brush that egg wash in a very thin layer over our pies. And then after we are finished brushing that egg wash onto our pies, we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut little X's into the top of our pastry. And this is going to not only help the steam escape from our pies, but it's also going to make them look a little bit pretty as well. And well, I prefer to use a pair of my kitchen scissors to do this. You could also, of course, use a knife, whichever is easiest or most handy for you. Then we are going to pop these into a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes, and in the end, yum, yum. This is what we end up with. These little pot pies are so delicious and they're so yummy, and just a nice, convenient way to put whatever leftovers you have on hand to good use. If you give this recipe a try, let me know how it turned out. I'd really like to hear your feedback. And as always, thank you so much for watching Simple or Not Kitchen. You'll find more recipes, articles, and video at PennellCentral.com.